Have you ever stopped for a moment and wondered whether the month you were born in carries a deeper meaning? At first, the idea might sound insignificant, just a harmless curiosity, something easy to dismiss. Yet for Carl Jung, one of the most influential thinkers in psychology, birth was never random, not even close. He believed the moment we enter the world is saturated with symbolic forces that quietly shape who we are at our core. Jung suggested that your birth month holds more than seasonal coincidence. It functions as a symbolic gateway, offering subtle clues about your psychological structure, your latent potential, the emotional lessons you are here to encounter, and the kind of energy you naturally radiate into the world. This isn't fortune-telling or superstition. It's a psychological perspective, one that invites us to understand ourselves through symbolism rather than prediction. Now, imagine this for a moment. What if understanding the symbolism of your birth month could illuminate hidden layers of your personality? What if it could help you recognize patterns in your emotions, habits, or even the direction your life seems to take? It may sound dramatic at first, but once we step into Jung's ideas of archetypes, the collective unconscious, and the rhythms of nature, the concept begins to feel surprisingly grounded and even intuitive. In this exploration, we're not just talking about months on a calendar. We're diving into Jung's symbolic view of time itself. Each month, he believed, carries a distinct psychological atmosphere, a particular emotional tone that may subtly influence personality traits, emotional tendencies, and even spiritual orientation in those born within it. Before we go any further, let me say this. If you're someone drawn to depth, meaning, and genuine self-discovery, you're exactly where you need to be. This kind of reflection isn't about surface-level advice. It's about inner understanding, about learning to read the patterns already woven into your life. So take a breath, because what follows might not only shift how you see your birth month, but how you understand your personal story, your recurring patterns, and the path you've been walking all along. This isn't about placing people into rigid categories. It's about revealing tendencies that already live within you, quietly shaping your choices. At the heart of Jung's psychology lies a central idea. The universe is structured by repeating patterns, which he called archetypes. These are universal images, themes, and energies that appear across myths, cultures, and human experience. They exist both within us and beyond us. According to Jung, each of us carries a unique constellation of these archetypes, influencing how we think, feel, and act, often without our conscious awareness. Nature itself, Jung believed, mirrors these archetypes. The stillness of winter, the renewal of spring, the vitality of summer, and the introspection of autumn are not just environmental shifts, they reflect psychological states. And because each month belongs to a specific phase of this natural cycle, it carries symbolic weight. From this perspective, your birth month isn't merely a date on a certificate. It's a symbolic imprint, the emotional and energetic atmosphere present when you entered the world. Light or darkness, beginning or closure, expansion or withdrawal, all of this shapes the psychological backdrop of your arrival. Take March, for example, a month of transition. In the northern hemisphere, it marks the shift from winter to spring. Snow melts, days lengthen, and life stirs again. Jung observed that people born in transitional months like March or September often carry a dual nature. They may feel pulled between opposites, stillness and movement, introspection and expression. These individuals tend to be highly sensitive to change, emotionally attuned, and naturally inclined toward balance and integration. Now contrast that with months like January or July, periods where a season is fully established. People born during these times often embody stability, endurance, and structure. Jung associated them with archetypes of perseverance and inner strength. These are the builders, the organizers, the ones who create solid ground not only for themselves, but for others as well. What Jung found especially fascinating was this. Time itself is not neutral. It has rhythm, mood, and meaning. When we are born at a specific moment in this unfolding story, we absorb a symbolic tone, like a background melody influencing our emotional responses and behavioral patterns. It doesn't dictate our destiny, but it offers a map, and this map doesn't tell you what you must become. Instead, it reveals the energies you're likely to encounter within yourself, your strengths, yes, but also your shadows. For Jung, self-knowledge was the path to freedom, and part of that knowledge comes from recognizing the archetypal forces you were born into.